first, I guess we could start with the idea of crystal shapes and formations and how these may or may not affect the energy. Now, the world of crystal healing is a little bit divided on this. Some healers believe that the shape of the stone really does affect the energy and the way that the energy moves through the stone. Now, other healers think that this really has no connection to the way that energy moves. And I sort of see that both can be valid. Now, the healers that don't believe that shape affects energy movement in a crystal, the reason that they say that is because we've spoken about before, for instance, in a quartz crystal, you have the base and the point, and the energy always moves from the base up toward the point or the termination along what's known as the C-axis. And the C-axis is such because of the way that the crystal's symmetry was created when the molecules were being arranged in the crystal's molecular blueprint or atomic structure. So healers that believe that the shape, cut and polished generally, does not affect the energy movement believe that because they say the C-axis, especially in something like a quartz crystal, is always found to just be in that one direction. So if you have a very large quartz crystal with a C-axis that goes, say, vertically, and someone creates many small cut and polished wands that go horizontally through the crystal, these healers believe that the energy is always moving along the C-axis, even though the crystal shape, now that it's been cut and polished, is going opposite or perpendicular to that C-axis. They say the energy is still moving through the C-axis. Now that makes a lot of sense to me because I know how energy moves through natural stones. However, what I feel, and many other healers would maybe tend to agree with me, is that when a crystal is cut and polished, there's intention behind that shaping of the stone. The person who's doing that cutting and polishing is putting intention into the way that the energy is moving. Similarly, when someone is using that stone, they're putting intention into the way that that crystal is being used. So if it's cut against the C-axis into a crystal wand, I feel that yes, some of the energy will always move through the C-axis, but energy moves with our intention. So if we're intending to use that stone as the wand that has been cut or created, what we'll find is that the energy moves very well that way. And all I have to go on is my personal experience with this, an experience of speaking with others and how they find the energy to move in stones, and I feel that the shape really does have an impact on the way that crystal energy moves.